Hi all, my name is Mahesh Kumar Vaka. I am working as Senior Software Engineer in Evoke Technologies Hyderabad. In this session, we will talk about types of variables in Java. In the previous session, we have talked about access modifiers, and here we will just start with one of the non-access modifiers called static. So, if we go to the types of variables in Java, we have three types of variables in Java. So, those are instance variable, local variable, and static variable. Static variable is sometimes also referred as class variable. Okay. So if we go per the definition, instance variable is something specific for an instance. The word instance we used in the previous sessions, wherein we referred instances of the class as objects, right? So when I am creating multiple instances of the class, that means when I'm creating multiple objects, I can set a variable of my own choice. That is called as an instance variable. So here the definition also says the same. A variable declared inside the class but outside the body of the method. I will tell about why this is specifically mentioned this way. You also see that it can vary with instances of the class. So I will tell that through a program. Uh, so here we see a couple of classes. Like I have named the class one as cricket team and another class as my favorite team. Okay. In this class cricket team, it can contain some variables and some methods, right? So for this class cricket team, I have used some variables, and in that one of the variables is country. So I have given the data type as string country equals to India. So I have declared a variable and I have initialized it to India. So here you see that it is it is an instance variable, right? So this is something within the class, within the cricket team class, and outside of any of the methods, right? Here this highest score is one of the methods. Okay, so this is not within this highest score method. This is something outside the method, but within the class. So this can be termed as an instance variable. Okay, so if we go back to the other types of variables, that is local variable and static variable. Local variable is something a variable declared inside the body of the method. Its scope is within the method only. Okay, so here I have given a method called highest score, and this highest score method is just having one variable and it's saying int score equals to 418. So this is the local variable because this is within this method. So a class contains variables and methods, and the variable which is within the class, that is country, but outside the method, that is called as instance variable. But the score is something within this method. So this is called as local variable, meaning local to this method. And we go to the third type of variable, that is static or class variable. A variable which is declared once and is shared among all the instances of the class. Memory allocation happens when the class is loaded into the memory. So you see another type of variable here, like that says int number of players equals to 11. But before that, I have used the keyword static. So what static means is it is something that is common to all the instances of the class. So when I say cricket team, it can just have the number of players as 11 only, whatever the team it may be. So the number of players will be 11. So that is why I have put the number of players as static. So it is also important to identify which variables to name as static and which to be as a local variable and which to be an instance variable. That comes with practice and also the use case. So here in my class cricket team, I am sure that any cricket team will have the number of players as 11 only. That's why I have named it as static. So static is one of the non-access modifiers. Remember the word non-access modifiers. This is not an access modifier. Access modifiers are public, private, protected, and default. So this is not an access modifier. But here I am using the keyword static. It is one of the non-access modifiers. Just like static, we have a lot of other non-access modifiers also. I will talk about that in the further sessions. But for now, remember that static is something that is shared among all the instances of the class. So whatever cricket team it may be, whatever object you create for this number of players is fixed. So that is 11. So in my main class, that is my favorite team, I just tried to show the difference between each of these things. So here what I did first is I just tried to create an object of this cricket team. So I named it as my cricket team. And in this I used new cricket team within braces. What this does is it will create an object of the cricket team. Okay. So how I am trying to access these variables is further noted in this print statements. So here you see there is some specific differences between each of these things. So you see system.out.println and cricket team dot number of players. I have created an object with the name my cricket team, but I am not using it. I am just directly using cricket team dot number of players. Why I did this? Because I don't need an object for calling the static variable. That is why I have just used cricket team dot number of players. So I don't need an object for that. So even if I do this, it will print the required 11. And if I go to the next one, I have given system.out.println my cricket team dot country. So in this is the instance variable because this is outside of the method but within the class. So that will print me India. And the last one is just calling the method. Highest score is a method. In that we have a local variable, right? So I used the object my cricket team to call that method. So how I call that? My cricket team dot highest score. So through this I will be able to print out all these variables onto the console. So if I try to execute it, Java C my favorite team, okay, it got compiled. I just have to execute it and you see there 11 India and 418. So that is how I'm able to show all those variables on the console. So that's all for this session. We will talk about more non-access modifiers in the further sessions. Have a good day. Thank you.